Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to ZBD's Hackathon Magic presentation. About ZBD, ZBD is a technology company that empowers Bitcoin-enabled digital economy engines. It's literally what it stands for. The what of this presentation, Hackathon Magic, like what is a hackathon? Well, a hackathon is an event that brings people together. Experts, non-experts, new beginners, everything, and it creates a collaborative environment for solving a particular problem. Why? It's a great opportunity to showcase ideas, have fun, and build relationships. Conquer your fears. Everybody feels anxiety about building something new. Great book on this topic is The War of Art. And ship that thing ultimately. Maybe it's your calling. Maybe it's something you wanted to do for a long time. Do it. Well, let's go ahead and enter the Hackathon universe. The portal through ZBD. This was me at my first hackathon. As you can see, I did not have a very good sense of fashion, though I cared about solving the problem. In this particular case, it was youth events, helping get more educational events for youth, ultimately, like teenagers, kids, etc. And we had a monetization model, as you can see. And ultimately, we wanted to help more people get access to learn how to write code, create content back then. Now, here I am at another hackathon on the right, and here I am hacking for charity. The person in the middle was the person with the charity, and essentially we hacked on databases and WordPress in order to give them a new feature that helped them be able to get more traffic, manage their user base or their donators and their members better, and we had a great time doing it. It was a really wonderful hackathon. Here I am at TabConf 2022 with my team. We hacked there at a hackathon, and we hacked the following year in TabConf 2022. Here I am, teaching and mentoring at SatsBuy. Then teaching the Kubo Plus Bootcamp 2023, mentoring, and judging, ultimately. Then teaching an emerging tech bootcamp. So, why, even bring this up? Now, we're also organizing a hackathon. You should definitely check us out. It's tabconf.zbd.gg to sign up. And the reason why I share all of this with you is, I've done a lot of hackathons. This is even all the hackathons I've done. And one thing I've consistently found about these hackathons is that they're magical. They bring people together. You learn things that you would have never learned ever before. And you can see that in this screenshot. It's really a great bonding experience, a great experience to build what you've wanted to build for a long time. And you're laser focused. You learn new things, you build new things, you solve real problems, and you do it and make some great friends along the way. So getting into how do you do a hackathon? What's the flow? Well, start with the ideation process. Set a 5-minute timer, let the ideas flow, rate them, and you can see on the right-hand side, you should rate them on feasibility, impact, scalability, and innovation factor. You can score them 1 through 5, and then you can decide as a team what the rating is and make sure you align your team on that idea so you're all focused and agreed upon. Next, productize it. Define the specs, write out what it should do, what it should not do, and keep it simple. Split out the tasks, so who is doing what, and then build. Everybody builds and then give each other updates. In terms of tooling, you should you should talk to people near you about your idea at each stage. You can use Notion to track and document everything. You can use Figma to design it, and then you can use a chat client or even just text messages to stay in contact with one another. Next, you'll want to document, you'll want to design it, create a mock-up, build it, technically speaking, or start writing. After your storyboard or design inspiration, test it, test. Multiple people fail because they don't test. It fails at the demo, fix it, and then go back to building. Then when you finally reach the point where it's working, ship it. The operating principles, keep in mind, perfect is the enemy of good. Keep it simple. Pivot when you need to. So if something's not working and you're spending too much time, switch, and then keep your cool and stay humble. now you have a good understanding of how to execute, how to ideate, how to productize. How do you get your team aligned? How do you keep them focused? How do you keep building? How do you know when you need to pivot if you needed to? How do you know if you're keeping it simple? Well, first define your vision. What do you see? What problems are there? How are you going to solve it? Set the goals of that project. That way you can test against them at the end of the day if you're actually solving that problem, if you're actually having the impact that you wanted to have. You're going to create that plan of action and assign ownership. Give those tasks out. Let those people own it from start to finish and drive it with their process, and then trust that they're going to get done. And then over time, just kind of keep each other updated in your chat channel, stay in sync, and keep executing. Now you've built your product. You've talked about it, you've aligned, you're ready to execute, you executed, and then from there, you got to pitch the judges. I can tell you that you can be technically, brilliant, you can have the best idea in the world, but if you don't know how to explain it, there's a problem, and you probably are not going to win the hackathon. As crucially as building the concept itself is crafting the pitch and explaining it. Keep in mind, and I thank Ben Cousins at ZBD, our CSO, for these tips, less is more, meaning that keep it simple. 1 minute per slide. If you're speaking more than 1 minute, you're probably over-explaining and you're going to lose the audience's attention. An image says 1,000 words, nothing less than a 16-pixel font size. Some people's eyes, cannot read small text, and you need to be as accessible as possible. All right, so some inspiration. This is my favorite author, R. Buckminster Fuller, great inventor, really all around brilliant and multidisciplinary guy, and he even predicted Bitcoin way before Bitcoin. Never forget that you are one of a kind. Never forget if there weren't any need for you in all your uniqueness to be on this earth, you wouldn't be here in the first place. And never forget, no matter how overwhelming life's challenges and problems seem to be, that one person can make a difference in the world. In fact, it is always because of this one person that all changes that matter in the world come about. So be that person. What will you build? We look forward to seeing you at all of our hackathons. Build the future now with ZBD. If you have any questions, please drop a comment on this video, send me a message, be happy to help you out. And thank you very much for watching. Peace.